AEW GM and founder Tony Khan went after a former WWE champion on Twitter, the app now known as X. There was a lot that went down. So many people got involved, and this controversy really threw a lot of the wrestling world into a frenzy. I'm going to tell you what went down, what was said, everything we know so far. Before I do, though, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. All right, so everyone wants to know what the hell happened. Well, here we go. In a series of tweets, this is, again, I want to reiterate this. This is not just one or two things. This is a series of tweets that led to Tony Khan, Jinder Mahal, Dax Harwood at one point, Eric Bischoff, a few people getting involved. Here's what triggered it all. Raj Giri, formerly of WrestlingInc.com, said the following: these guys do have a history. Seth Rollins and Jinder Mahal, he's talking about in that photo. These guys do have a history. Seth Rollins defeated Jinder Mahal in a tournament finals to become the first NXT champion. Then USA responded to Raj's tweet saying, quote, "What was the cage match rating?" That is a little bit of, I don't even know if I want to call it shoot, but it was a little bit of a reference to something that Tony Khan had called out in a media call. He said that, he looks to Cage Match, which is a professional wrestling site where fans can go and rate matches in real time. He looks at that as one of the factors he takes into when he's judging how well the television product is doing as far as the quality goes. So we see that there's a little bit of a shot taken here by USA. And of course, at some point, Tony Khan saw what happened here and he could not let it go. He quote tweeted the USA tweet saying, "A moral victory for USA is one where A moral victory for USA is one win more than their world title challenger Jinder Mahal has in the past 364 days, because it's literally been a full year since he won a match. You really put AEW in our place, getting Jinder Mahal in a big match on your TV show. Do it more often." So Tony Khan, of course, right there, a little salty, a little unhappy, taking a shot back at USA, and, had things ended there, all in good fun, okay. USA takes a shot, Tony Khan's taking a shot, all right, it should all end here, right? Well, that ain't what happened, because, of course, the story continues as Tony Khan proceeded to then on X kind of use it as a moment to plug Dynamite. He says, "A double standard. Hook, 28-1 career record on a winning streak, calls out the champ. A logical challenge sparks an online outrage. Jinder has literally lost every single match he's in for the past year. Immediately gets a title shot. Where's the outrage? Hashtag AEW Dynamite tomorrow on TBS." Plugging the show as Tony Khan does in almost every tweet he sends out. All right. With this tweet specifically, there was a bit of I'm not going to say outrage. I don't think it was online outrage. There were some people who I don't believe were acting in good faith saying, what has Hook done to deserve a title shot? What has Hook done? Why is Hook getting a title shot before X or, Swerve or whoever? And, Tony Khan kind of spells it out right there. He's 28-1 and, calling out the hypocrisy there is Tony Khan, that Jinder Mahal automatically gets a title match and Hook has to Hook gets criticized for being put in that position. So, okay, fair, maybe, all right, but at this point I'm like, all right, maybe this is adding a little bit too much fuel to the fire. Probably was, considering what went down next. After this, of course, former WWE champion, the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, got into the fray and just said, "Who the fuck is Hook?" Watch Monday Night Raw on USA Network at 8 p.m. Eastern. Responding directly to AEW's Tony Khan. I don't believe Jinder Mahal will be All Elite anytime soon. Well, this got interesting. All right. There's a bit more that I want to break into a separate part of this video. So I'm going to talk about the Jinder Mahal aspect of this first. When you're looking at this, right? When you're looking at, was Jinder buried? What was this over the line? Was this too much? I think, we can all kind of like look at this and say like, okay, you can say, right? You can say a fact, which is that Hook, he has a career record of 28-1. That Hook probably at this point deserves to have a chance, a first crack at the AEW World Championship. But you don't have to do it while, number one, breaking down and burying, essentially, is what he did. He did bury Jinder Mahal there. He didn't have to bury Jinder Mahal to make that point. And number two, and I think more importantly, if you're Tony Khan, what's the thing that's trending on Twitter or on X right now? It's not AEW Dynamite. It's not, the show. It's not even Hook, really. I mean, although people are talking about Hook. But the real thing that's trending right now is Jinder Mahal. So a match that not a lot of people probably would have been hyped for, a match that people probably wouldn't have even really tuned in for. Like, there's going to be an audience that watches Raw regardless. But, there's now more hype around this match than there would have been had Tony Khan not said anything. And that really is the critical mistake here. Tony Khan, by responding in the manner that he did and allowing Jinder Mahal an opportunity to, in some people's eyes, upstage him or whatever he did on Twitter, right? It's all Twitter beef at the end of the day. We need to realize that. But by doing this, he allowed this match to be more popular than it probably would have been, gain more interest, and for potentially on Jinder, on Raw, or online or whatever, to be able to be like, to make reference to it and get some buzz. Like, that's what it did. It gave the match, it gave this feud, it gave Jinder Mahal some buzz. That's what this did. It didn't really, is it creating buzz for Dynamite? I don't think so. So, my thing is, I wouldn't have done this, obviously. Here's the thing, right? It's easy for us to all sit there and say, we wouldn't have done it. Tony Khan is in a position of power, right? And it's his choice whether or not he wants to do it. I personally think a lot of times when he takes shots or when the ICW or IWC, criticizes him for going over the line, I don't think he's done it as often as people say. I do think he's done it. The Big Swole tweet, in my opinion, is one of the most unnecessary and flagrant things he's ever done. This, I don't think it really compares to that, but if we had to draw a line, right? I think it passes the line into a bit of flagrancy. I wouldn't have done what he did. I think it just counterproductive in my opinion, but it wasn't done there. The controversy went on because not only did Jinder Mahal respond, but it gave good old AZE Eric Bischoff an opportunity to take a shot at someone he, I believe, got a paycheck from at some point, at least one paycheck from, because he made an appearance on AEW TV. I'm not sure if he did. Eric will probably let me know if he did. Tony Khan had that tweet where he talked about Hook and Jinder. All Eric Bischoff did was quote tweet it and say clown, to which Tony Khan responded, "Get out of my sight, you miserable has-been." Eric Bischoff, I don't have this up right now, but Eric Bischoff then responded and basically said something to the effect of, here, let me see if I can get this up or read this out. It says, "Groundbreaking miserable has-been," because when Eric Bischoff appeared on AEW TV, the bottom banner introduced him as Eric Bischoff, groundbreaking pro wrestling executive. So, look, I don't know. That part is just Twitter beef. Eric Bischoff has a weird obsession. It's probably because, he's trying to sell a podcast. I get it. He's got a weird obsession with taking down AEW. He said something wild the other day, too, that was AEW is TNA. And I was like, bro, you wish AEW was TNA. You would have sold way more pay-per-views if that was the case. But, okay, make a point. Just don't make stuff up. Anyway, bottom line, probably not a smart thing for Tony Khan to do this. Probably a little unnecessary. Like I said, you can build up Hook without breaking down someone else. And look, at the end of the day, Tony Khan is half Pakistani. Jinder Mahal is my Punjabi brother. I'm trying to bring everyone together, man. We're trying to, South Asians got to stick together. All right. Let's not embrace the hate. Let's embrace the love. Also, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released.